What common sense is actually wrong? You hold your breath if you run out of air while scuba diving. Wrong. Your lungs will explode as you'll float upwards with a lung full of air, and you probably will try to surface anyway, and the air inside them expands. The proper procedure is to scream all the way up to make sure your airways are open. Except you forgot about scuba diving 101. Don't effing dive alone. My regulator busted underwater once. I signaled my partner the out of air sign. He gave me his second regulator and we went up. It was as easy as when we did the exercises. Just like the simulations. Sometimes, when someone is having a bad day, it's better to just listen and agree, rather than offer logical advice. When I worked in spectator event safety, we learned, sports stadia, that when an evacuation is happening, the safest place to go to is the playing field, as it is usually open air, and therefore low risk, if it is a fire evacuation. However, common sense takes over crowd dynamics and people try leaving the way they came in, from the other side of the building. So this common sense tray results in thousands of people flocking into burning buildings. An example of this was the Bradford City Stadium fire. A huge chunk of the crowd headed back into the burning stadium looking for exits despite open air, the pitch being meters in front of them. Sometimes, planning and training can count against you. Look at the Piper Alpha disaster in the North Sea. They were trained to muster in the fireproof accommodation block and await rescue. The only people that survived broke training and jumped over the side. Grenfell Tower fire, UK. Any residents of the tower who called the fire service were told to remain in their flat unless it was affected, which is the standard policy for a fire in a high-rise building, as each flat should be fireproofed from its neighbors. Wikipedia. Many survivors told how they ignored this advice. 72 people died from that fire. Who knows how many would have escaped had that advice not delayed them. While the fire spread. Don't go to bed angry, Me and my husband ignoring this rule has saved our marriage. Do you know how many stupid fights are caused by being tired? That's why I prefer the rule. No serious talks before 8 AM and after 10 PM. Arguing when you're tired is not a good idea. The slower and more defensive you drive, the better. Couldn't be further from the truth. You need a mix of defensive and offensive to truly be safe. Keep traffic flowing. And to prevent bottlenecks, don't be nice. Be predictable. Do not ever wait 24 hours before filing a missing persons report. If you have a reasonable suspicion that something happened to someone, call immediately. In crime shows, when they say the first 24 hours are crucial in a missing child case, they are not making it up. Ignore a bully and they'll leave you alone. No, they just see a weak target. Smack the shout at them if they already made it physical. Note, it is morally acceptable to nut punch when they've made it physical themselves. Going outside with wet hair will not make you get you sick. It will make you feel cold as hell though. Source, I'm Canadian. Have showered. Common sense says sun isn't out and it is cool outside. You don't have to worry about sunburns. Worst sunburn I ever got. I remember reading that 80% of the sun's harmful rays escape through the cloud layer. Source, a poster in my dermatologist's office. When there's snow on the ground you can actually get sunburnt worse due to the reflection of the rays from the snow. Same type of concept with swimming as well. Skiers need to wear UV goggles to avoid getting snow blindness caused by the high amounts of reflected light from snow. Just because you're not fat doesn't mean you're in good shape. I've been vegetarian for 15 years. Everyone thinks this means I eat healthy. I don't. My diet is mostly pizza and pasta, and whatever microwaves faster than it takes me to eat it afterwards. My best friend is vegan. My best friend is also a big curvy woman. My best friend cannot roll her eyes hard enough when she hears people ignorantly proclaim that fat vegans don't exist because vegan equals healthy equals thin. I can give you a list of candy and junk food that's vegan. Vegan does not necessarily mean healthy. Vegan just means there's no animal byproducts or ingredients used to make the food. I'm an underweight potato and I feel personally attacked. As a skinny person with a diet consisting almost entirely of cheese and caffeine, I felt it too. You're completely right. Source, my 125 pounds that will probably have a heart attack at 25 for eating so bad. The harder you brush the cleaner your teeth get. All you're gonna do is cause gum recession. I was 40 before my dentist told me to take it easy brushing my teeth. I thought it was normal having to replace a brush once a month. The recommended time is 3 months, but not because you wear it out. Just because that chest nasty a little rinse isn't gonna clean that toothbrush out. After you use it, you'll scrub away your tooth enamel as well. Once that's gone, you're screwed. Was born without enamel in my teeth. Can verify, it sucks.